I'm going to replace the battery in my Samsung S9 Plus. I know some other people have done this online already and stuff. I've gone online to watch those videos to see how to do it. I don't do this very often, and just want to show you the luck I've had taking screens out of phones. This is a Garmin unit that I have on my bicycle. I broke this screen, so I'm not an expert. I'll show you something else I got here. This is an A50, which I really liked. I didn't mind this phone at all. As a mid-range phone, it was great. And then when I tried to take this off, I ended up cracking the back. So I'm not exactly an expert in doing this. So what I decided to do this time was I went out and got myself this thing from Ifixit. That's who the guys are here. I'm not sponsored by Ifixit. I'm not getting paid to say anything good about them. I'll tell you why I decided to go with them. They provide a battery, and given they have a good brand name out there, I don't think they'd want to ruin their name by selling bad products. I've gone on eBay and I've gone on Amazon, and I'm getting a lot of counterfeits, and a lot of the batteries aren't what they claim to be. So I chose Ifixit. I really wish Samsung would make batteries available. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So I bought this kit, and I think this is the battery here. So I'll just open it up here. And everything's nicely laid out. There's a spudger there that I'm going to be using. So all the tools come with this. This is their battery, and I'll just show you here. That's the battery you get. Now I'm hoping they go to a reputable maker of batteries. I'm hoping to get a decent battery life out of this. Right now, this thing is lasting maybe half a day before I have to run to a charger or something. This was always a power hog. It's never been very good on battery life, but the phone is quite good for what I need to do, and that's video. I really like the video you get out of this thing. The only thing that I would have to say on this phone is this stupid button here. If you have a Samsung phone, you know what it is. It's that terrible Bixby button that everybody wonders why they even made it or who the heck Bixby is. But I never use Bixby, and more times than not, I'm used to hitting this button, and all of a sudden that stupid Bixby screen comes up. It drives me crazy. This looks like some adhesive, I guess, to put the back on it. They also gave me this thing here, which is they call it the eye opener. And these are some picks that I'm going to need for later. This eye opener, now if you do this on a really frequent basis or you're in a store, I've seen that a lot of people have what they call a hot plate. They put this thing on this hot plate, it warms up the adhesive and gives you a chance to kind of, shall we say, win and make it a lot easier to take off the back. Now Ifixit, I didn't know how they were going to do this. They give you this thing that you're supposed to warm up. So I'm going to get out there and warm this up a bit later. And this is the box of tools. It's supposed to have screwdrivers and everything. So if you have absolutely nothing, they give you absolutely everything. So some Torx drivers. They give you this suction for the back. I guess that's a pry tool of some sort, and a couple of tweezers that I may need a bit later. There are no sort of hard instructions. You have to go online to their website and type in what repair you're going to do, and the website actually comes up with a video, which is great. Works out really well. I'm going to put this up on my screen here so I can sort of follow along. Another thing I'm going to do as I start this thing, I'm actually going to time what it's going to take, and I'll just show you what it's going to take me with the kit here, and whatever things I run into, you'll see. The other thing, I don't know if you can see that here. Let's see if we can get up close there. There's a crack here, and this is actually glass. I'm hoping using this method to warm this up is going to be enough, and I won't crack the rest of it. Otherwise, this is going to be one heck of an expensive repair. I'm also got a couple of syringes, and I saw on some websites, in order to get rid of adhesive, you can use isopropyl alcohol that may assist in loosening up the adhesive. So I got some here, so I'll use some of that. So let me just go online here before I get started. And I'll make it official with a Timex watch. So for some of you who are old enough to know what a Timex watch is, this used to be the standard by which you measured time. The saying was, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And they had all kinds of, the commercials were quite interesting. If you can go on YouTube, I'm pretty sure you'll find some of them. And they'd have people doing crazy things with their watch and it would still be working afterwards. Now you might be asking what the price was for this thing. I can't remember. It's more than just buying the battery. Okay, that's a guarantee. But I wanted everything, and I wanted to know that again, that the battery I'm going to get, this thing is actually going to be good. So I didn't mind paying a little extra. I think it came out to something like 70 some odd Canadian dollars. Okay, so let's get the watch started. So before I get started, let me take out my SIM card and memory card, which is now a thing of the past. Okay, so let's start up the watch here. Let me get it into chrono mode. Okay, we're in chrono mode and we'll hit start. Off we go. So we'll see how long this takes. The instructions basically tell you to warm this guy up. I will come right back once I got this thing warmed up, and we'll start warming up the side of this to see if I can get it to open. So I am back. I got an oven mitt. There's supposed to be, they said to be careful because it's warm. It's not really that warm. So I'm going to put this down on here, like they say to do. Not too sure which side. I'm just going to use this side here. They also mentioned that the glue, the strongest part of the glue is in the center. So I'll just put this here. I do have a hair dryer. I may use that if I get no luck. What I may do in the meantime is just fill up one of these syringes with some isopropyl alcohol. They recommend to put this in a microwave for about 30 seconds. There's also another method, which is the one I chose. I just use boiling water. I don't have access to a microwave right now. So the temperature I think that everyone usually uses on those hot plates is about 150 Fahrenheit. So this thing should be close to it because I can actually touch it. That's why I'm kind of skeptical about this thing working, but we'll see. I mean, they did include it in the kit. They give you a really interesting diagram here on the web about where all the adhesive is and the spots you should start at and where you should stay away from. What I'm going to try doing is seeing if I could even get here. I don't think this has warmed it up at all. They ask you to use this. Let's pull a little bit, see if I can get this up. That's not budging at all. I'm going to try this again. Let's put this on here just to even see if I can get something going. I'm going to read the instructions again. Use an eye opener to loosen the adhesive beneath the rear glass. Apply the eye opener for at least 2 minutes. You might want to repeat this step several times during the back cover removal. Okay, so let's leave that down here for a couple of minutes. Okay, so it's 2 minutes. I really like the idea of using this stopwatch. It keeps me honest. When I think it's 2 minutes, I look there and I sort of go, well, it's not 2 minutes. I guess if you had an Apple Watch or something, you'd be okay. Let's see if I can get something underneath here now. Oh, crap. I just heard something crack. Yeah, I just cracked the back of the glass right here. It cracked it completely. I don't know if you can see that. The whole back glass has cracked. So I'm now into buying a new back. So this thing here, definitely not worth it. I'm going to go over and grab a hair dryer. Okay, hair dryer, Turbo 1500. Let's get on here.
I ended up using a hair dryer to warm up the adhesive, hoping to slide a pick between the cover and the phone. I first tried a pick.
Okay, this does not get you anywhere.
And then I switched to an X-Acto knife. Nothing. After 5 minutes of heating up the same spot, I finally made some progress.
Got it. Okay.
With that small gap created by the pick, I took that little syringe I had, squeezed a little isopropyl alcohol into it. That did the trick. The pick sliced through the adhesive like butter. I kept moving along the phone, leaving one pick behind while I advanced with another. I attempted to loosen the opposite end of the phone, but that was pretty tough. So I decided to work my way down along the sides of the phone with picks and tiny squirts of that alcohol. It worked great. And after 12 minutes,
yeehaw, there we go. But unfortunately, I cracked this darn thing. I'll have to live with it, but isopropyl, the way to go. 100%. I feel very confident that the rest is going to go smoothly. Who knows, maybe I just spoke too soon. Now we got to remove the antenna, which is here. And they're saying it is 9 screws, and they're saying to use a 4mm Phillips, which is supposed to be here. Which one of these is the Phillips? It's this guy here. Usually on a screwdriver, the handle, if it's made out of plastic, is not a big deal. I mean, this is nice that it spins. That spins like that. That's pretty good. Every screwdriver, no matter which one you use, the tip is the most important. What I'm going to do, this is an old trick. It's an old speaker magnet. I'm going to magnetize this thing so it can help me out. And all you got to do is just stroke it across a magnet like that, pull straight, and it magnetizes your tip. There you go. A tip for the tip. Okay, so now they're saying to use my pick again and to put it just underneath here, because I don't know how much pressure I should be applying, because I don't feel like buying more parts. Let me try this guy. Okay, I gotta read this again because this does not want to budge. Flip the opening pick sideways to lift the cover out of its plastic clips. So let's see what it says again. So they're showing here. You see, but funny thing is, it's hard to get underneath this. There we go. Okay, so it's being held down actually with the adhesive from before. All right, so I got it. So it is being held down with a little bit of adhesive. I'm just going to keep coming across here like they show in the pictures. Okay, so they're showing to keep coming across. And then, gee, this thing's held down pretty tight. There we go. Okay, so basically pops the clip out. And I'm going to be very careful with the fingerprint sensor. Okay, that's come out, which is fine. Pull gently. And there we go, we got everything here. Now the next part is to get the battery out. Now they tell you to disconnect it, and obviously it's a battery, so don't use anything metal. I'm going to use the spudger that they gave. It was included in the kit, which goes down here. And they're showing to do it this way. Yay, disconnected the power, which is good. Next, the battery. Okay, I'm not going through this again. I don't trust this thing. They're asking to use this again to get the adhesive. I don't believe it does enough. This is a battery. Applying this kind of heat's not that great. So what I may do is I'm just going to apply some isopropyl. It worked great on the other side. Hopefully it's not going to harm anything else. Squirt some in there. And then I'll use the spudger to see if it's going to come up. Oh, like butter. I just don't understand why they even recommend using the other stuff. It's just so much easier with the isopropyl. There we go. Once it makes itself into there, it's amazing. Here are the parts. So there's the battery. The battery, I'd say fairly similar weight to it. Now, I suspect, because they don't say what this is, I suspect this is all the new stuff, new adhesive that I'm going to need in order to put this back. I don't know what that's adhesive for. I don't know what that's for. I don't know what that's for. Is this supposed to be for the battery? I don't know. For me, as a first timer, I'm kind of confused to see if I can replicate this. Does that look right, or does that look right? That looks right. No, not exactly. Yes, this is it. Okay. So this is what the way it should be. So are they saying... It's really hard to line up what you think is lined up. Okay, so we'll go there, there. Push down on that. That's about got it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just use the spudger. I don't know if you can see that here. Right here, you can sort of see where there's, it looks like air bubbles, and when I go across it, now it's got a solid color. So here you can see sort of white, and over here the same thing, that's not stuck down yet. So I'm just going to do this. Let me just stick it down. I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. That comes off. Now I'm going to drop the battery on top. Let's see if it's easy to come out. No, I definitely can start putting this thing back together. Put in the battery. So let's plug that in. Now you have to be really careful when you're doing this stuff. It doesn't take much to destroy that connector. Okay. Bit of a break here. I'll be back in a sec.
So I decided to break out my microscope. I figured, I paid for it. I might as well get my money's worth out of it. With it, I was able to zoom in and line up the connector from the battery onto the one that was on the motherboard. Then I pressed down and it snapped right in. I was trying to think of a reason why the connector wouldn't snap in a lot easier than it did. And the only thing that came to mind was that since it's a third-party battery, the tolerances might be a little tighter than the ones made by Samsung. And now let's get back to the bench.
The magnifier really helped a lot. I did not want to push that down and then end up destroying it. And I've seen that happen numerous times. Okay, according to our instructions, now I'm supposed to put this back. And I think that's backwards. And I should not forget the all-important fingerprint sensor. So what I'm going to do is line this up. This has got to sort of snap down. So let's push it. I don't know if I have to push on it or... there's one snap. I think I got some gummy crap over here. So I'm going to just take this and get rid of some of the adhesive that's lingering from before. Work on here, take my time. And talk about time, we're at 1 hour and 20 minutes right now. This little plastic spudger, I kind of like it. I was really tempted to use the X-Acto blade, but that actually might start shaving plastic. But this thing here seems to work fairly well. It's funny that they don't mention how to remove the adhesive on the website. As far as skill level, I mean, I'm no expert in this, that's for sure. I'm back, I got all that stuff off of there. Let's see how much better this is going to stick to it now. Or not stick to it, shall we say. Okay, I don't know if it's, hopefully the camera can see that. So that's one of the clips right here. And then we got another clip roughly there. Very, very tiny, very slim. And it sort of snaps into this, into the housing. More adhesive here, but this stuff here I can get with my hand. Okay, so I need to put that there. These are little clips, you can see them here. So they sort of got to go in there and snap in. Very good, that's in. Time to get the screwdriver and start putting all the screws back in. That should do it. Okay, so the phone should be back together. And what I may do right now, just for the heck of it, even see if this thing fires up. Oh, actually the button. Hey, there we go. Okay, that's what I'm really happy to see. All right, it's 3 weeks later, and I ended up getting a new cover, and it looks fairly decent. I don't know if it's the real original. They also included a bunch of tools, more tools than I think I'm really going to need. I don't know why they keep including all these screwdrivers that you're never going to use, but I have them for a future project, I guess. More picks. I should take guitar lessons or something. Something to scrape and scrub, and a little suction cup. That's what came in with it. And what's this here? This is just some wipes, I guess, before you start to clean stuff up. Anyway, you'll see that come up here. Now, the last video, the last time we left, I was at 1 hour and 40 minutes. I don't have the Timex with me right now, so I'm just going to continue on, and I'm going to time it by the video, and I'll let you know how much the total time for the repair will be. Let's get on with this. I'll pull this off, and there's my cracked thing. Oh, as far as the battery goes, the battery's been fairly decent. The battery now lasts me well over a day. Now, I tried one of those apps on the Android phone. I think it was called AccuBattery or something like that, hoping to see if it actually could measure what the capacity is of the battery as compared to what it's claimed by Ifixit. Ifixit says that this is a 3,500 milliamp hour battery, and AccuBattery only comes up saying it's about 2,900. But the AccuBattery, depending on the day, gives you different readings. So I don't know how much I could actually trust that thing. All I know is now the phone is actually lasting me a whole day, where before, lucky I had 3.5, 4 hours, I'd have to go find something to charge the phone. So it's actually working out very, very well. I'm very pleased with the battery. The other thing I had to do was actually condition it before I started. So I followed the instructions on the iFixit website that said to charge the battery to 100%, leave it charging for an additional 2 hours. So I did it when I went to sleep. Then drain the battery right to 0, to where the phone shuts itself right off. And then the phone will actually do a calibration. And you can do this on any phone, anytime you get a new battery. So very important to condition the battery. Let's get the cover off again, because I have my new cover. This should actually come off easily. I didn't. Can you believe that? It actually stuck itself back down. Okay, so let's get some of these tools. I did not think this thing was going to stick. I just kept it inside my case, and it actually adhered itself. See if I can get this underneath here. Just by putting it inside my case, this thing resealed itself to the point that I'm going to have to get the hairdryer out. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I got something a little more beefy. I'm using a heat gun this time. No way. I learned from the last time, if it doesn't budge, just more heat. Just keep giving it more heat. And that's what you need to do. So I just want to make sure that the new cover is the same. Yeah, well, we got those pads here. This is interesting that they got these white pads. They're not here. So I don't know if that's going to play into anything. And there's also, this seems to look a little higher. This little piece here. This looks like it sticks to the fingerprint sensor. This guy right here seems to look like it sticks right to the fingerprint sensor. Let me just get, see what I mean. This looks like some adhesive that was there. And on this one here, it does not have the adhesive, which I'm very surprised. I mean, they broke out and gave me all this stuff. Put one piece there, and I don't have the proper adhesive. So this guy looks like this guy. So that's for the bottom. Could this be for here? Kind of looks like it. Yeah, that looks like it's for there. Get some of the tweezers out here. Didn't think I was going to need these things, but looks like I'm going to have to need them. Okay, so that looks like it goes right there. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, and that should fill in this gap here. Okay, so we got, this looks like all one piece. And it looks like it's going to be, okay, so you can see this here, and it looks like it's completely the same as that. Right there. So that'll take this piece here. You can see that, this piece here. And it's showing a piece down there with, here it doesn't have. But this thing here matches up. This piece here. So all of this stuff here matches up. That's probably why they were saying that they have more strength here on the ends, the glue, and you can see why. It's far more adhesive here and down here. I'll start from here. I'll put this guy in first. So that is going to go onto there like that. Let's get the spudger. Same drill I did last time. Make sure it sticks down. Always important to do something like a dry fit when you're doing this. Like check them out first. So this guy goes like this. I'm going to peel that off. Okay. Put this guy back down on it. Okay, so this guy here goes down at the bottom. This guy's going to go down here. This thing sticks down quite quickly. Does not give you too much of a, shall we say, second chance. But I got lucky here. So let me just get an idea. I want to see how close that's got to be. So I'll see if I can match it up as best I can. Hopefully that's going to do it. What's happened now is this thing sort of crinkled a bit right here. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's crinkled, so I'm going to try to take that crinkle out. There, that's gone. I'm just going to peel this off. It's getting in my way and it's making things difficult. Okay, that's out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is push this guy down. Make sure it seats. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off. Oh, the whole thing come out. Okay, that's coming off. You beat that. No matter how much I push this down, it wants to come up. So let's just see. I don't know if you can see that. When I lift this up, it comes up with it. It shouldn't do that, obviously. Let's see if I get lucky coming up on the other side. Nope. I'm going to try pushing this down, hopefully. No, this stuff will not come out. Could it have been the opposite side? Oh, here it is. It's finally comes. It kind of came apart. This side here just will not come off. Okay, I'm just going to stick that down. Not a good idea to do it by hand, but okay, according to this one, I got to go over some more. So let's just see if I can get this over. This should now come up. That's the front. There we go. Okay, so I got all of that off. Let me just pull this up again. Okay, that should do it, hopefully. This will keep everything in place and intact. Let's see if I can get this on here. I just want to see. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, it looks okay. And that comes off there. And voila. Hey, I got it. Okay, so let me just see if this fires up now. Okay, that's good. So I'm good that it fired up. Okay. I was really concerned that putting all the heat down here may have done some damage, but no way. Looks like I am done. Yeah, there we go. My picture of the eclipse. I might do a video on this thing at one point. Anyway, that is it.
What do I think of the Ifixit kit? Overall, it's pretty good. You get all the parts, tools, instructions you need to do the repair. The screwdriver bits, spudger, tweezers, and suction cup, they're all good quality tools. But I could do without the eye opener. For me, the hardest part of this job was getting the back cover off, and I thought the eye opener was going to be a really big help. Boy, was I wrong. There was no way to tell if it's hot enough to loosen the adhesive. If you read the online tutorial, it just tells you to put it in a microwave or a pot of boiling water. They don't mention anywhere the temperature it needs to be to loosen the adhesive. It'd be easier if this eye opener had something like a colored dot on it, so when it gets to a certain color, you know it's ready to use. I found using a hairdryer, a pick, isopropyl alcohol, it all works better. The one thing I'm missing from the kit, though, is a small squirt bottle for the isopropyl alcohol. You see, they use it in the video tutorial to free up the battery, and I don't understand why they didn't include it in the kit. The online and video tutorials are pretty good, but not exactly step-by-step. They can get a little complicated because they require you to jump from one web page to another and then back again. You see, it's not exactly one step at a time. You need to read the instructions carefully, especially if you're doing this for the first time. I'd recommend that you read them before you even do the job. I'm pretty handy around electronics, and look what happened to me. I got tripped up not knowing that there was a tutorial page on how to apply the adhesive to the back cover. Another thing about the tutorials is they're not consistent. I got confused as to how many screws held the antenna in place. The video said that there were 11, and the online tutorial said there were 9. There was a saving grace though with the online tutorial. People can comment on each step, so if you have a question or anything, all you have to do is type in a comment and other people can see it. Now let's get on to the battery. It's of decent quality and my phone lasts a day again. No more having to run around after 2 hours and find a charger. Let's get on to the big question. Would I buy this kit again? Yes. As a home hobbyist, doing this repair, you get everything in one package. You don't have to go around buying things from one place or another. Although this kit is not for a beginner. If you don't have the wherewithal on how to get around certain problems, you might get stuck. To do this job, you need to be very patient as the repair is tedious at times. If you try and rush through it, you'll end up breaking something. That's why I included the times throughout the video to show you how long it took to do some of the tedious jobs, like heating up the adhesive and removing the adhesive from the phone. That's where the job can get boring and you have to take your time. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.